The following is intended only for mature audiences. Discretion advised.
This is the Detroit Sports Podcast Network.
Now your host of DR2M, the Jock.
Well, I'm an idiot.
And Double J.
Oh, there's not enough liquor and therapy in the world to undo that. Oh, I touched my mother's dildo.
Happy Friday and welcome to another edition of Drunkin Ramblings of Two Madmen, as we like to call it, the DR2M. This is episode 9, and on today's show, we're going to talk about the balls, the gift that keeps on giving. We also are going to talk about some crazy things that's going on at the U. If you don't know what that is, that's the University of Miami. And we're going to talk about some weird things that Jay does. But before we kick all that off, I'm going to sit there, I'm going to hijack the show just a scotch because a couple weeks ago on an episode, I think it might have been episode 7, we sat there and we discussed Jay having an issue with players kneeling for the national anthem and just whether or not you would sit there and go out and sign Colin Kaepernick. And we kind of had a little bit of a debate. I think it was actually episode 6. And I bring all this up because there's a story about Michael Bennett that's going on right now. It's playing out right before our eyes. And I'm going to read to you what Michael Bennett posted on Twitter. And Michael Bennett is a defensive end for the Seattle Seahawks. He's a great player. He's outstanding. He was, after the Conor McGregor Floyd Mayweather fight, he was at a nightclub where there was a shooting, and he ended up getting arrested. Cops used a little bit of force on him. And I want to kind of discuss this with you because I think there's a huge issue going on in society. And then we're going to kind of get into the fun. We're going to get into the games. But I think we need to be serious for a few moments here. So this post on his Twitter page starts off as, "Dear World, on Saturday, August 26, 2017, I was in Las Vegas to attend the Mayweather-McGregor fight on my day off. After the fight, while heading back to my hotel, several hundred people heard what sounded like gunshots. Like many of the people in the area, I ran away from the sound, looking for safety. Las Vegas police officers singled me out and pointed their guns at me for doing nothing more than simply being a black man in the wrong place at the wrong time. A police officer ordered me to get on the ground. As I laid on the ground, complying with his commands to not move, he placed his gun near my head and warned me that if I moved, he would blow my fucking head off. Terrified and confused by what was taking place, a second officer came over and forcefully jammed his knee into my back, making it difficult for me to breathe. They then clenched their handcuffs around my wrist so tight that my fingers went numb. The officer's excessive use of force was unbearable. I felt helpless as I lie there on the ground, handcuffed, facing the real-life threat of being killed. All I could think of was, I'm going to die for no other reason than I'm black and my skin color is somehow a threat. My life flashed before my eyes as I thought of my girls. Would I ever play with them again? Or watch them have kids? Or be able to kiss my wife again? Or tell her I love her? Kept asking the officers, what did I do? Reminding them that I had rights and they were duty-bound to respect. The officers ignored my pleas and instead told me to shut up and then took me to the back of a nearby police car where I sat for what felt like an eternity until they apparently realized I was not a thug, a common criminal, or ordinary black man, but Michael Bennett, a famous professional football player. After confirming my identity, I was ultimately released without any legitimate justification for the officer's abusive conduct. I have always held a strong conviction that protesting or standing up for justice just simply the right thing to do. The fact that it is unequivocally, without question, why before every game I sit during the national anthem, because equality doesn't live in this country, and no matter how much money you make, what job title you have, or how much you give, when you are seen as N-word, you will be treated that way. The system failed me. I can only imagine what Eric Garner, Michael Brown, Trayvon Martin, Amir Rice, and Charlene Lyles felt. I have retained Oakland civil rights attorney John Burns to investigate and explore all my legal options, including filing a civil rights lawsuit for the violation of my constitutional rights. Sincerely, Michael Bennett.
This was all on one fucking tweet?
Yeah.
How many characters does this guy get? Holy shit.
He screenshotted something.
Oh, my goodness.
So, I bring this to your attention. Does this change or sway you in any way?
No, I still think sitting down's stupid. I don't care. It's just the whole act of doing it. I understand why they're doing it, and it's for a good reason, equality. And I know that that's a very big problem in our society right now. It has been. It always has been. I think cops really need to fucking be careful about what they're saying to people. Because if he did say this, and I think there's audio for it, so I think there's proof that the cop did say these words.
Yeah, there's a really bad video. It's like 33 seconds.
Right.
TMZ has.
But so he says that, and then the cop next to him hears him saying this shit. So then he's like, oh, what the fuck's going on over there? Why is he getting loud with that guy? Maybe he needs help. And then the other one comes over, throws a knee into his back. So ultimately, it was the first cop's fault. And I don't think you need to say shit like that to people. If they're not resisting arrest, well, then just relax. They're not going anywhere.
Don't you think, though, that there is a difference between the white experience and the black, the brown, the yellow, the red, any other color, any minorities color experience with the police?
I'm sure there is.
I mean, you could walk down your street and you don't have to worry about this because you're white. I can walk down my street. I don't have to worry about this because I'm white.
Yeah. I mean, I think there's a lot of things that I don't have to worry about because of the color of my skin. Do I think that's right? No. But it's how it is right now, and I don't. Where does it start? Where does the snowball effect come from? How do you get everybody to change just the way that they think? Because it's not just white people that are racist.
No, of course.
It's every race that's racist. I mean, there are certain groups within other races and ours that are racist. You have to get rid of all racism, and so that you can have equality.
Right, but there are things that go on in this world that you and I don't have to experience. We don't have to worry about. There are things that take place. The entire system is fundamentally broke. It's just the way life is in this world is messed up. I mean, the fact that the color of your skin dictates how people will treat you, how people see you, how people act towards you. That's messed up. And that's why he sits there and he sits for the national anthem. And because of that, I say, go ahead. Dude, you got it figured out. You're protesting something because on this night, on August 26th, after the Floyd Mayweather-Conor McGregor fight, he could have been killed. And if somebody didn't take a videotape of this, or if he didn't get let go because the cops finally realized that he was a police officer.
So sitting helps this?
If he was a random black guy, he's making a statement. He's trying to draw attention to this. I mean, look.
Get a tattoo.
Here's the thing.
Something, anything. What does it matter what you do?
If he didn't do this, we wouldn't be talking about this right now. I mean, we're just two Joes sitting around a table with microphones and we're talking about this.
Oh, even if he does
people are out there just listening to this. Listening to us talk about it.
Yeah, well, that's dumb. He could also do that with just being on Twitter and just tweeting something like what he did. I mean, doesn't necessarily need to sit. I just don't understand the whole sitting thing. It's just stupid. It's a stupid way to. I don't know. I just don't understand it. I don't care.
I think he's making a point, or he's trying to draw. Attention.
I think he's already making a point with what he tweeted, and I think that everybody makes a point when anybody that's in the bright lights of fame does anything on social media.
And Michael Bennett is just not your ordinary guy. He is a professional football player. He is very well spoken. He sits there and he's got a mind that goes beyond the football field. A lot of times football players get a bad rap. They're just jocks, right? They're just meatheads. They're dumb, right? He's not one of those guys. He's not just football's life. He is a guy who is intelligent, has intellect. He can sit there and he can process thoughts and verbalize very well and explain what's going on. In this video that we watched, he's terrified. He's absolutely terrified. Like, you can tell by the tremble in his voice. And he's a large man.
Sure.
I mean, he's huge.
Right, yeah, I know. I get it. And I don't know. I don't fucking care anymore about this stupid shit. I don't understand why he sits for the national anthem. Why not just get like a patch on his jersey that says coexist, like those stupid bumper stickers?
Because you can't do that because the league won't allow you to.
Oh, but the league will allow you to sit down during the national anthem.
The league has no...
National Football Association.
Here's the thing. Or
National Football League.
The NFL used to never even show the national anthem. Not until it became some way to sit there and make money, did they start showing it, right? And now what they do is they bump advertising up along both sides of it so they can get more advertising.
No, but why not show it? This is American Football League.
Before, guys used to never even be on the field. They would be in the locker room when the national anthem played, and then they'd come out after. So you'd be sitting anyways. Do you get up for the national anthem when you're at home watching a game on TV? Do you stand for it then?
No.
Why do you stand when you're in the stadium?
Because everybody else is, and it's...
Right.
Well, yeah.
Monkey see, monkey do.
So I got to stand up at home, too?
I'm just saying.
I don't put my hand over my heart either when it comes on.
If you stand in the stadium, why don't you stand at home when it's on?
Because they ask you to politely. They say, will you please rise for the national anthem? Those that are willing and able, and vets can, or ones that can't, can sit and shit. Like, you just do it. It's not. What if you're sitting next to? I don't know. It doesn't. That's a stupid fucking point.
Just trying.
It doesn't make any sense.
I'm trying to get you to think on a different wavelength. That's all I'm trying to do here. I think that there is a huge disparity in the way white people are treated in this society. I think there's a huge disparity in what black people.
I just think they have enough ways to show it.
What other people have to go through, especially when dealing with the police. And I think this case with Michael Bennett, I think this sums it all up in a nutshell. He wasn't even the culprit, but he was just a black man at the wrong place and really the wrong time. And they sat there and they targeted him. They pinpointed him. They went after him, took him to the ground, and then sat there and used excessive force on him. I hope he sits there and he takes these Las Vegas police and he just rides them through the pine. Dude.
Oh no, I completely agree. I think what they did was fucking awful. I don't know. There's so many other ways to show that you're supportive of everybody being equal and equality. I just don't necessarily think that sitting for the national anthem has to be fucking one of them.
I just think, especially after everything he's already gone through with this entire situation, more kudos go to him, and I applaud him.
Yeah, it sucks what happened to him. I feel bad for the guy because that's fucking awful, and it sucks that we live in a society that does that to other people. Because I would never do that. I just don't. I was brought up better than that. I don't know what to say. It's pretty fucked up. I hope that cop gets his fucking shit taken away.
Couple of them.
Yeah.
All right, let's move on to something more fun. Okay, what do we got going on in your mouth today?
Well, I was drinking that I had Kirkland spiced rum.
Mind you, this bit that we've been doing now for 9 weeks,
yeah,
this has been picked up and has been utilized on one of the largest radio programs in the Metro Detroit area.
Really?
Yeah. Jocking our styles, bro. Trendsetters.
Setting trends. All right. So I was drinking that Kirkland spiced rum.
Yeah.
But I had flat Coke.
Yeah.
And I was like, oh, this will be fine. I just need something to like offset the taste of the liquor a little bit. And no, it was a bad idea. It was awful. It was disgusting.
Atrocious.
I drank half of it. I got somewhat of a buzz, and then I was like, I can't do this anymore. It tastes like fucking cough syrup. It was bad.
Dipping on some scissors. Dipping on some dipping on some scissors. Dipping on some dipping on
It was just awful. I think I never heard a bad pop other than it being flat, but this shit was nasty. It's like, oh, it was gross.
How's the Kirkland's rum? Is it good? Is it comparable to?
I need to drink it with regular pop,
like carbonated Coke,
so that way I can see. Because
what you had going on was no bueno.
It could have been just the rum, and it was just shitty rum.
Yeah. You didn't try drinking the pop before?
No, I listened to it to see if there was some fizzies.
No fizzies.
Because I'm simple as fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah. And basic as fuck. But no, so I got half of it in, and now I'm not doing anything. I'm super fucking bored over here.
Sorry, dude. I'll try to keep you entertained for this podcast.
Yeah, it's just, recording in the middle of the week. I like having my fucking drink.
All right. Wait, you had a fantasy football draft the other night too, right?
Yeah, me and Crane.
How'd that go?
Yeah, Crane.
That good, eh?
Crane, I've got something to tell you, okay?
You just made the list!
Okay, because you just played on your phone the whole time, and no, I'm just kidding. No, last night Crane was playing on his phone. I was looking over. I'm like, dude, if you don't want to do the rest of this, I'll do it. It's not a big deal. He's like, oh, this is definitely going on the podcast, isn't it, Jay? And I'm like, no, man, it's, and if I do talk shit about any of my friends on the podcast, it's always out of love, We do it for the laughs
That's
over
right.
here, man.
That's right.
But it was okay. 16 rounds is a lot. So
I'm surprised by that. You said your first one that you did was only 14.
yeah, it was 5 guys on the bench.
See, every draft I've ever had has always been 15 or 16 rounds.
Well, my second one, and I'm not a fan of the 7 people on the bench because you start getting down to certain points of it, and
got to start taking.
Just take randoms.
You're looking for sleepers, bro. That's what you do. Your final 2 picks are either your kicker, your defense, or you're looking for a sleeper.
Well, I don't know enough about football yet to pick sleepers. I'm sure next year I will. I'll hear more news about it. Got the ESPN app, like all sports people do. And shit. I didn't know they had WWE on that.
Yes,
WWE on that shit.
Yep.
Sounded weird. WWE. No, that sounded weird. But yeah, that was pretty cool. You see that Shane O'Mac got
he got suspended. Yeah, Vince is coming to SmackDown.
Yeah.
It's going to be interesting.
Yeah, that'll be...
it's going to set up for Kevin Owens, Shane, to sit there and fight at Hell in a Cell.
What's he doing? Just taking a vacation?
Who, Shane?
Yeah. Or do you think he's done?
No, he beat the shit out of Kevin Owens.
Yeah, but I mean...
it's all scripted, but
right.
He beat him up, right?
Yeah.
So Vince stepped in and suspended him. They're going to sit there and...
Well, you know what I'm saying, but for the show, he got suspended, but he's just really taking a vacation?
No, I think he'll be there next week.
You think so?
Yeah, I think Hell in a Cell's...
They'll work that in.
It's in October, so they're a month away. He might be going on vacation. Who knows?
But anyways, back on track. Yeah, so I got a couple of the players from my last team that I had.
Yeah, I want to talk about your draft here.
Yeah.
And sorry, this has been fantasy football for basically 2.
I took Gronk first round.
Last couple weeks. Yeah, I don't understand that. Why?
Because somebody did it in my last draft.
Okay,
and
you thought this was a good strategy.
Well, I mean, and then after that, everyone's like, oh, why'd you do that? And he goes, you know what? If you want somebody, take them.
Yeah.
Now, I could have gotten the number 6 or number 5 or number 7 running back or wide receiver.
Well, first off, where were you drafting? You're drafting 5th or 6th?
6th.
Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah! Yeah, I got 6.
Okay. So somewhere in there, I probably could have gotten a wide receiver or a running back.
This is a non-keeper league, right?
Non-keeper.
Okay.
So I probably could have got, what is it, Davis or Davies or something? Or
you probably could have got Julio Jones, maybe Odell if he was still there, maybe Devonta Freeman.
Well, we were going to take OBJ.
Okay.
And
it would have been a better pick.
But somebody took him right before us.
Okay, so maybe Mike Evans?
Yeah, that's who I think I could have gotten.
Okay, yeah, it still would have been a better pick.
Yeah, sure, but then everybody kind of agreed with the guy from the last one. He was like, hey, if you want him, you take him. You take that chance. It's not a big deal. And so I said, fuck it.
See, I noticed that you got a lot of the guys that you had from your first draft.
Yeah, I got 3 or 4 of them.
Right. And Crane sent me a snapshot of what you guys ended up getting, and it looks like running back's going to be a little bit rough for you guys this season.
Yeah, we went wide receiver heavy.
Yeah.
Only because it's a full point PPR.
I mean, I do like that you got Kareem Hunt. I think he's going to be a stud.
Yeah. That's the only reason. We really picked him because Crane's like, Adam's been getting his fucking rocks off about this guy for weeks, so I think I'm going to take him.
I think that was a pretty good pick, and I have been super high on him. Watch him totally flame out.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think that was a solid pick. Other than that, I think your running backs are a little bit sketchy. You're going to have to maybe work the waiver wire, maybe do a trade. Do you have to play 2 running backs?
Yeah.
You have to play 2 running backs?
Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah, we kind of went wide receiver heavy. We picked 2 quarterbacks.
I seen you got...
Kirk Cousins.
And you got Jay Cutler and his purple insulin pump.
Cutties. So...
You know what? Jay Cutler might be a solid pick. I can't stand Jay Cutler. I'll be honest with you. I can't stand him at all. But that might be a solid pick.
We'll see.
Just because he's in an offense that he's familiar with. Adam Gase is his head coach. And that's an offense. They have weapons. He'll be able to sling the ball around. The problem is that guy throws 25 interceptions every single season.
Yeah. I mean, I picked him mostly for my bye week for Cousins. And since there's 7 guys on the bench, I was like, fuck it, let's just pick another one up. But
that's usually that's good.
Yeah. So I used some logic with it there. That's all the fucking fantasy football is. That and you got to know some things, but yeah, it was fun. Only 3 hours. It went pretty quick.
That's pretty fast.
Yeah.
12.
But you always got one fucking guy that's not paying attention, or he gets to him. You get to him, and he's had I don't know, comes all the way back around. So 12 fucking picks before him. And then he's just sitting there like, oh God, I don't know who I want. There's so many to pick from. No, there's not really that many to pick from. You just have a sheet and you just pick the one that's next or whatever. But yeah, they take off and they're just like, no, they go all the way down to the last fucking second.
Yeah.
And then they pick, and it just makes for a long draft. But,
it does.
Yeah.
It really does.
No, it was cool. Did it at Buffalo Wild Wings. They put a nice little setup together for you because, like, they advertise for it. They give you your board. They give you, like, some stuff from last season, like the Biggest Loser, and that guy got, like, a license plate cover. And they have, this is really cool. So Pichette has a WWE belt, and it says Fantasy Football on it. And on the back, I guess they got it last year because this is the first time someone's going to get their name engraved. So they're going to engrave the name and the year they won. And then since me and Crane picked up Dave's team, they're going to put a nice little quote in there for Dave and then put his initials in it. So that'll be cool too. So I was pretty happy about that. And me and Crane are taking over Dave's team, so Rookie of the Year coming over here, buddy.
Yeah?
Yeah, I'm going to win that bitch.
Well, all right. Well, good luck. Let's step out. Let's take our first break. We're going to come back. We're going to talk about the balls and all the goodness that they've got going on in their life. So stick with us. We'll be right back. Hey, guys, if you're a social media wizard, you're going to want to check out the Detroit Sports Podcast on Twitter and on Facebook. You can follow us at Detroit Podcast on Twitter and like us on Facebook at Detroit Sports Podcast. We're one of the most interactive sports podcasts in all of the land for the best fans around. You, the Detroit sports fan. So check us out on Twitter at Detroit Podcast and like us on Facebook at Detroit Sports Podcast.
A pimp, not a simp. Keep the dope fiends higher than the Goodyear blimp. We eat so many shrimp. I got iodine hardening. Fuck niggas make me sick with all that pinching and bargaining. You say that you a boss, I ain't believing that shit. You got the funny Geneva watch with the Ferrari kit. Take that monkey shit off. You embarrassing us. I got the whip.
All right, so this past week, the Ball family has given us quite a bit to discuss. They are essentially the herpes-like sores because they're the gift that keeps on giving. In a recent interview at his son's 16th birthday party, LaVar Ball has gone on record stating that LaMelo's college eligibility will be second to the promotion of the MB1 shoe, stating that the NCAA isn't going to tell me shit because they ain't my boss. Is this sound advice and a good theory for a 16-year-old?
No.
Yeah, absolutely not, right?
Just fucking not. Just what are you doing? If someone 16, I was a fucking idiot at 16. You have so much to learn at the age of 16 still, and I understand that being 16, like, you pretty much think you got it all figured out. I know I did.
Yeah.
And but you don't got shit figured out. You have nothing figured out at 16. You're getting hard on for no reason. You're trying to get rid of it.
Giggity giggity, giggity goo.
And because you're like in the middle of church, and
it used to happen to me all the time whenever I would kneel.
Yeah, and you're jumping on random women, throughout school once every other week,
Giggity giggity, giggity goo.
Not giving a fuck who you're dating and shit. And you're experimenting with alcohol and stuff.
Giggity giggity, giggity
and
goo.
this guy buys his fucking kid a Lambo? Are you kidding me?
Yeah, his 16th birthday, he pulled up in a Lamborghini. Now, LaVar's theory behind all of this is, okay, if you go to the NCAA and you're playing college basketball, you're not allowed to profit off of your name. All right, so that's the rules. It's how it's been. It's how it is. It's how it's probably going to be forever and a day until something dramatic happens and changes. Maybe this is what makes it change. I don't know. But he basically said, he's 16. He's like, I know he's not Lonzo. Okay, essentially comparing them as players. He's like, he's not Lonzo. Like, second round NBA draft picks don't just fall off trees. They're not just created. There's something special that happens there, right? So he's like, he's not Lonzo. He's 16. He's got maybe another year left of school. He's a senior. So his thought process is he can send him overseas. He can go spend a year or two over in China, go spend a year or two over in Spain, maybe Argentina. Then he can come back and he can jump into the NBA. He can sit there, go play against grown men. He can still make money off his shoe. And then he can come back and have his
This is all about
NBA
money
career.
for his dad, though.
That's how his dad thinks.
But, I don't think that's sound advice either. Like, how are you going to just make that big of a decision for a 16-year-old? You think he's cool with that? You think Mello or whatever the LaMelo or Lemon or whatever the fuck his stupid name is?
Lemon Jello.
Yeah, lemon
Jello.
Jello jiggler.
The right side of your mouth says, I want chocolate Jello pudding pops. And the left side says, no, I want vanilla Jello pudding pops. You can have both.
But here's the thing. Like, when I was 16, me and my mom would have, like, very serious talks about where I was going to go to school, what I was going to do, what my future looked like. Because at that point, you're starting to sit there and start putting things together.
My mom's still having that talk with me. Right. So what's your future going to look like, Jay?
You're a little bit delayed. So, I mean, like, those are things that you should be discussing, not like, oh, don't worry about that. We're going to sit there, we're going to sell the MB1, then we're going to have the MB2, then we're going to have the MB3, and we're going to sit there and just make bank. Mind you, it's like a $395 shoe, and it looks like a little bit of a bootleg slipper. But
oh, yeah, it's awful.
That's beside the point. This is awful advice from a grown-ass man to his son. Like, you should be pushing your son. Mind you, he's like the 9th best player in high school basketball. So the kid's going to get a
What does that mean, though?
scholarship.
Does that mean something?
Yeah, he's going to get a scholarship to wherever he wants to go, as long as he follows the rules.
So he's making...
And
so,
all he's got to do
can,
is go to the... All he's got to do is go to college for 1 year.
I consider that making money. You know what I'm saying? Like, full ride? You fucking kidding?
Yeah.
Holy shit.
Just go play basketball, keep your nose clean. Don't be a boner. That's all you got to do.
Well, you know what else I don't understand? Like, what if he's not making money off of it? Like, it's his brother's shoe, right? So as long as they don't put any money in his account...
that's his shoe. He's got his own shoe.
Oh, he has his own now.
So Lonzo has his, which is going for like $4.95. LaMelo's got his for $3.95.
Oh.
He's got his own shoe. The MB1 is his own.
So put the shoe off for a year.
Well, exactly. Sit there. You can the company, because it's a company, it's a corporation, the big baller brand.
Does he need fucking money right now? He's 16.
Right. He can't wear the shoe while he's playing basketball. Okay. He's probably going to go to UCLA. They all go to UCLA.
Okay.
So he can't make any money while he's playing for UCLA. And I think that's the big crux of the issue for LaVar. He needs to wear the shoe because he's got to promote the shoe. And the only way we're going to make more money is if he's wearing the shoe, promoting it. So we've got to somehow get that revenue stream in. Look, man, your son's going to like one of the best universities in the country.
Oh, LaVar Ball's an ignorant fuck.
For free. He's going to have to wear whatever the school shoe is unless you somehow cut a deal with the school. And good luck with that, because those contracts are signed 10 years at a time.
Right.
So you can't do that. Look, he doesn't need to wear that shoe while he's playing college. When he comes out, he's already got a shoe deal. He's good to go.
Right. Throw on anybody else's shoe. Throw on Steph Curry's shoe. Throw on, throw on some Jordans. Throw anything on. What the fuck does it matter? Just don't. Oh, my God. I wish I had these fucking problems.
Right. Do you know what I'm saying?
These are the best problems to have. Get a full ride, be awesome, make a lot of money after the full ride or before. Like, what is ooh, these are awful fucking things.
The only thing maybe worse than the way the shoe looks is Lonzo rapping. I don't know if you've heard this or not, but he dissed rap legend Nas on the premiere episode of Ball in the Family. That's their Facebook live stream show that they have.
You can hate me now, QB, but I won't stop now. Real niggas, cause I can't stop now. Brave heart, you can hate me now. Come on, but I won't stop now. Cause I can't stop now.
Oh yeah,
saying that you're all outdated, man. Don't nobody listen to Nas anymore. Real hip hop is Migos.
Pop a perky just to start up. Pop it. Pop 2 cups of purple just to warm up. 2 cups. Drink. I heard your bitch, she got that water. Splash. Drip. Drip. Woo. Splash. Ice.
And Future.
Yo. Percocet. Miley Percocet. Percocet. Miley Percocet. Rep the set. Gotta rep the set.
Lonzo would go on to lay down this club banger at his brother's birthday.
Big baller brand, yeah, we do it different. This was all part of big baller business. You can do it, I'm rapping, he hooping, I'm passing, he's shooting the game, we polluting, we rapping and moving, we know what's a loser, we ready for war. Triple be troops. Mellow Ball 1, youngest in the game, only 16, in the land, really switching lanes, got the Gucci shades, everyone's inside the black, hey, headed to the top, smash the gas, let's go.
Oh, it's fucking awful.
Oh, you don't like that?
No. And one, I'm not a big Nas fan. I do like some of his stuff.
I'm a huge Nas fan.
Right. And I understand why.
Massive.
And I know why. Because I know that he's one of the greatest. You ever see the movie Belly?
Yes.
Oh.
I own it.
DMX, Nas. I can't remember who else is in it.
Freaking great. T-Boz.
Oh, yeah. T-Boz is in it. But so not only, I have a lot of respect for Nas. The guy put down some of the most illest fucking tracks ever, made millions off of his music. And he's comparing Migos?
Future?
Migos and Future. Okay. God.
What's Migos' like number one song? What's his best song? I don't know. What's Future's? I don't know.
I know
either.
that I have Migos on my Spotify list. I have some Future songs. But that's just because they put out some good songs, but they're not Nas.
Every song I've ever heard, they're featured artist on it.
That's like comparing people. That's like comparing, that's like saying Tupac or Biggie are shitty.
Right.
Tupac, Biggie, Nas, Diddy, these are what they don't they have fucking documentaries on these are the people that turned the wave for hip hop and rap?
Like if you sat there,
are you fucking serious?
You picked up a CD and now I understand it's a CD, but I mean, Jesus Christ, man, it was written one of the greatest, Illmatic, Stillmatic. I mean, these CDs are incredible, man. Nas is a straight up lyricist. Like when I say Nas is like my favorite, like he's in my top 5, and he is probably closer to 1 or 2 than being in the top 5. Like Nas is the truth to me, man. Like I absolutely love Nas. When that whole Nas Jay-Z beef was going on, like I'm not even a fan of Jay-Z, and I love Nas. Nas murdered him, like just ice cold, dude. Ether totally killed Jay-Z. I mean, it's a good thing Jay-Z's like $1 bajillion, but whatever, dude. Nas with Ether just murdered Jay-Z.
Yeah, Nas is sick, bro. Nas is nasty.
It just Lonzo, like I'm gonna need you to get you a CD or maybe get you a Spotify account so you can sit there and download some stuff. Let me put it to you like this: Nas is such one of my favorite rappers. I've got him on my booty making music.
Giggity giggity.
On the side of my bed.
Oh, yeah.
I've got like 2 Nas songs on that mix.
Sexin' tracks,
yes.
man. Love that shit.
It starts off real nice and slow, and then all of a sudden gets real nasty.
Yeah,
yes.
That's good stuff. I like that.
Dude, like I'm not even sure.
Lonzo, for that, you get
You just made the list!
Fuck you, buddy. I can't stand that shit. It's awful. You have, I don't need, what is he, 20? 21? 23?
He's 19.
19? Lonzo is?
I think Lonzo's 19, yeah.
Oh, okay. So, he's got a lot of experience with music.
Right.
What the fuck?
Migos and Future.
Yeah.
No bueno. You know what else is no bueno? The Ball in the Family web show that we were just talking about. It premiered on Facebook this past Friday, and it was only able to retain 10% of its core audience from episode 1 to episode 2, plummeting from over 5.1 million views to just over 560,000 views. Now, those numbers are huge, but when you look at it, only 10%. If our show was only able to retain 10% of our audience, mind you, I own this podcasting network, and I was the one who came up with this idea for the show, and I wanted to do it with you. If we could only retain 10% of our audience, I would throw this all away. I would say F this.
Goodbye. 500,000 people? Goodbye.
They could only keep 10% of their audience from episode 1 to episode 2. If we were pulling numbers down from episode 1 to episode 2 where we could only retain 10% of our audience, there'd be nobody listening. Like, what?
Oh, yeah.
But that is absolutely brutal. I mean, it just goes to show you that the Ball family, they're good in small doses. They're good for clips, they're good for sound bites, and that's about it.
I don't think they're good for fucking anything. Do you think anybody respects Lonzo or his family on his team?
I think Lonzo, yes. I think LaVar, no. And I think LaMelo looks like a total toolbox. And
what the
then you've got LaAngelo.
It looks like
playing basketball.
Looks like somebody pissed in his fucking head. Oh my God. I can't. That actually made me laugh more than it should have. But the balls. They're balls, dude. They're balls. They are balls. Nasty from Munda balls, dude. Oh, just nasty. They just need to. You know what should happen? LaVar should be like every parent of an NBA player and stay the fuck at home and watch his kid play on TV or come to the games. Lonzo should go and play basketball. And Lemon should fucking do his homework.
Lemon Jello,
and drive a fucking old hoopty car for his first car.
Yeah, dude, I'm never buying my kid something fancy, dude.
A Lambo. I wouldn't even buy my kid a fucking Mustang.
Dude, LaAngelo's got a Ferrari, and then Lonzo's got a Mercedes G something or another. I mean, hey, if you got it, get it, right? Spend it, whatever you got to do. But I'm not sure why a 16-year-old has a Lambo. How are you going to be able to drive that?
LaVar is buying his child. He's buying his love. Listen to everything I say. You get a Lambo when you're 16.
Here's the deal, right? He realizes where the money is, right? The money's in the three boys. He's got to get them all to the NBA. That way, Dad gets fat paid, and Dad gets to sit high upon the fiefdom that is the Big Baller brand. And he's going to sign all of his kids. They're going to be basically the test subjects for the marketing for the shoes, for the clothing.
Have you ever seen anybody even wearing their shit?
Not around here. No.
I will never, ever, I'll never do it. I'm never wearing one of those fucking shirts because I know where it comes from.
Right.
It comes
from
where it LaVar fuckboy.
Right. You know where it all goes. I mean, when it's all said and done, all the money ends up back in his pocket.
Yeah, and I can't contribute to that bullshit.
No. It's not happening.
They shouldn't have a show. They shouldn't have any of this stuff. I don't understand why they have this stuff. I don't understand how LaVar got so big just because he's like a loudmouth on the sidelines of his kids' games.
Dude, people would put microphones in his face, and he would sit there and he'd give you a soundbite. And the next thing you know, he's going on Fox Sports 1. He's arguing with Colin Cowherd. He's going on ESPN, him and Stephen A. Smith. And, look, Stephen A. Smith can't even talk to people.
And then he came into our other favorite thing.
Yeah, wrestling.
That pissed me off.
Yeah. And, he made a mockery there. I mean, The Miz was absolutely furious there. It just... Look, man, he's done a really good job basically taking absolutely nothing and turning it into whatever the Big Baller brand is now. And he's done a really good job pimping out his kids because that's basically what he's done. He's pimped out all of his sons. He's going to sit there and
he turned water into wine, man.
He's going to get them all into the NBA, and kudos to him for doing that. And he's going to make a buttload by sitting there and pushing them through and sitting there and having them as his stars for the Big Baller brand. And again, like I said, good job on all that, but geez Louise, man, give your kid some good advice. Help him get an education. Help him set himself up so he's not an idiot in the real world, because what happens when he blows out his knee?
That's what I was just going to say. Like, what happens if he gets hurt or something? And then what? Was he going to just be like a trainer for basketball, or got to fall back on the Baller brand?
He's going to have to then, right? So I mean, if you can't type or you can't spell or you can't speak, I'm not really sure what you're going to do with the Big Baller brand. I mean, maybe deliver mail, maybe work in the shipping department.
I don't understand how this show can even be good either. I mean, I saw them on Monday Night Raw live, and they were atrocious.
Absolutely brutal.
They were just bad.
Absolutely brutal.
So, I hate the balls.
It's not good, dude. I can't stand them. And honestly, it looks like everybody who was viewing episode 1, they thought the same thing. They're like, we've had our fill. We're good. Somehow 5,000 people stuck around for episode 2, so maybe there's some deficiency there. Or maybe they're into that reality show world. Those are probably the same people who like the Kardashians.
It's 500,000.
Right.
Yeah.
Did I say 5,000?
You said 5,000.
I
thought 5,000.
No, it's 500,000, yeah.
Yeah, I mean, but you know what? He's doing exactly what he wants. We're doing exactly what he wants.
Well, we're talking about him.
We're talking about him, and that's all he wants. He wants to be talked about because he still thinks that old high school rule is like, if you're being talked about, you're being hated on, they're still talking about you. You're popular, and that's what everybody's doing on social media. So
I don't know, man.
Fucking weird.
It's a weird world we live in.
Yeah.
All right, let's step out. Let's take our last break. We'll come back. We're going to talk about what's going on at the U. Something awesome, interesting. It's got Flavor Flav jealous. So we're going to come back. We're going to discuss
Flavor Flav.
Hey, guys, let me talk to you about the Detroit Sports Podcast. If you like what you're hearing right now, we've got all your bases covered for the best sports fan in all of the land. You're going to want to check out the Detroit Sports Podcast. You can find us online at DetroitSportsPodcast.com or on Twitter at Detroit Podcast, or like us on Facebook at Detroit Sports Podcast. Again, we're a podcast for the best fans, all of the land, talking about everything from your Detroit Lions, to your Detroit Red Wings, to your Pistons, Tigers, Wolverine, and Spartan action as well. So check us out on the DetroitSportsPodcast.com.
It's all about the you. It's all about the you. It's all about the you. You say it. It's all about the
So the college football season got underway this past weekend, and it had a lot of oh my god moments. Did you see that? And what the? But the University of Miami Hurricanes versus Bethune-Cookman Wildcats had them all rolled into one when Malik Young was rocking a straight-up 1980s, 1990s big-ass rope chain.
Looked like Mr. T.
Dude, like straight-up Flavor Flav was honestly, he was jealous. He wanted one of those. That thing was awesome.
Yeah, boy!
Right now, take a look at your wrist. And you see how thick your wrist is? Now, imagine that as a gold rope chain going all the way around your neck. And then in the front, there's a giant Miami University U medallion right there in the front.
It's unfucking necessary.
It's awesome.
It's so stupid.
You don't like it?
No, I think it's
oh
fucking
my God,
dumb.
I think it's great.
Why? Why can't we just put stickers on our fucking helmets like we used to?
You can. But, dude, this motivates these kids, dude. This motivates them.
Motivates them?
Yeah.
Really?
To go make a play.
Oh, okay. How about the fact that they're all playing for free college? Probably.
Not all of them.
Oh, well, fucking most of them. How about the fact that you just get to play at the college level? That should be pretty fucking motivating. I don't know. You're anything other than this stupid fuck necklace? Oh, my God.
Dude, it's great.
I don't know. I guess I kind of get it, though. I still think it's fucking stupid, the necklace. When we were swimming in high school, because I was a swimmer in high school.
Really?
Oh, yeah.
You don't strike me as a swimmer.
I'm very good at swimming.
Really?
Yeah.
You don't really have a swimmer's body.
Not anymore. I fucking used to, cunt. God, you're a fucking dick. Fuck yourself. Oh,
You were a swimmer, though?
You're a little cunt, you know that? Jesus. Anyways, yeah, I made counties and shit. I was good at that stuff. It was the only sport I was good at, really.
It was so easy.
I played football for 3 years in junior high, and then I swam in high school with Vasily. Me and Vasily were on the same team.
Really?
Yeah.
Big Vasily, little Vasily?
Big Vasily.
Big Vasily. Okay.
And, but, so we used to have, like, this.
What was your swim? What was your track?
Our little thing.
What was your stroke? What was your distance?
I was a butterflyer.
Okay.
Yeah.
Really?
Hell yeah.
That's really hard.
Yeah, I fucking know that, you bitch.
What was your distance? Was it 100?
Yeah,
100 meter butterfly?
100, yeah.
Holy
100 meter
cow.
butterfly.
Did you do anything else?
I swam freestyle. I didn't do breaststroke or backstroke. I didn't really like that. But mostly freestyle, or like we'd be in like medley relay races and stuff. And but yeah, so we had like one of those little velociraptors from Jurassic Park. Because that's cool. Not this fucking bling bling shit.
Well, look, man, a lot of other schools give away like championship belts for when a kid makes a play. I mean, let's go to Fox Sports real quick, and we thank Fox Sports for the audio, Fox Sports 1, and just listen to the announcers. They were jazzed up for this, dude. It was awesome. Just take a listen.
There's Malik Young, and woo, what's the hardware? Got a little jewelry. After the pick, we gotta figure out what's going on the Miami bench. He's stationed down there next to Robert Knowles. Rebecca, what's the story?
So whenever somebody makes a turnover or is responsible for that turnover, they get to wear that chain around their neck. It's kind of a big deal. That's what I'm told.
It's a super big deal, dude. It is so
it's kind of a big deal. It's kind of fucking stupid. I think that's dumb.
Dude, it is awesome. I absolutely love it. Look, man, you've got to realize coaches are limited as to what they can do to help motivate their team and motivate these kids, right?
Sweet
and
Jesus.
this gets through to them. I mean, you can't sit there. You can't give them food. You can't give them any money. You can't do any of that, right? So you sit there and you give them this.
What happened to coach's approval? What happened to coach's approval? If you didn't do good in a sport, your coach didn't give a fuck about you.
Is that what motivated you in swimming?
Fuck yeah. If you did, your coach came up to you at the end of something and says, "Hey, good job, and I'm proud of you." It's like kids.
But here's the thing.
It's like kids that don't have like a father at home, and then they're no fuck
most
you.
Most of these kids don't have fathers at home.
You're right. So the coach acts like an asshole to them when they don't do good, and when they do good, he comes up and says, "Proud of you, son." That should be enough goddamn motivation.
No way, dude. If I'm out there playing, I want to turn the ball over every time I'm on the field because I want to wear that ridiculous gold chain.
Dude, if you want to be ridiculous, if I do a turnover in football, I want to come off that fucking field getting silly stringed. I want to do something even something stupider than this bullshit.
Look, this is
more stupid.
This is the difference.
Whatever the fuck.
There it is.
Getting fired up.
There it is.
God damn it.
There it is.
Fuck.
There it is.
Learning is hard.
Oh, look, man, this is the difference between high school and college athletics, though, right? So in high school, when you guys get done with your swim meet, you guys did really, really good, right? And you finished in second. Your coach, because I don't think you ever finished in first. Did you ever finish
Eisenhower was fucking good.
Oh, okay, you guys
dick.
are good.
Jesus.
just throwing.
I know you could.
Right
I know
now.
you probably didn't play any fucking sports with those squinty fucking eyes.
I played football in high school.
Yeah, did a fucking football hit you in the face most of the time? That's what it fucking looks like. I'll come back with you, you motherfucker.
Hey, I sent a kid to the hospital. All right, I don't want to talk about.
What'd you do? Suck his dick until it fell off?
No, he came across the middle and I laid his ass out.
Yeah, I bet you did.
My coach was so pumped. He was like,
funny.
He was like, Strozinski, you keep hitting guys like that, you're gonna start. And I was like, all right, coach.
Exactly. There's your motivation. That's exactly the kind of motivation I'm talking about.
I never started, so it never really motivated me, right?
Oh, so a chain would have motivated you to fucking do better?
That gold chain, yeah.
I'm telling you right now.
But here's the deal, right? So after you guys finished in first or second or third, whatever you guys finished in, your coach could take you out for a pizza party, take you to the local Chuck E. Cheese, take you to the local Pizza Hut, and sit there and get you a drunk on pizza. You can't do that in college. That's illegal, which is stupid if you ask me, right?
You can't take them out for pizza?
No, you can't give them food. You can't do any of that. So you have to find another way to sit there and get through to them. You got to realize most of these kids have their visions already set on going to the next level. Most of them don't want to get hurt because they think they're going to the next level.
How about that? That's their motivation, the next level.
Well, yeah, but sometimes perfect example, right? Malik McDowell played for Michigan State last year, right? Ended up getting drafted by the Seahawks. Got hurt in an ATV accident, so he's on the shelf right now. But that kid right there, he was unworldly in high school. Goes to college, has a few really nice seasons for Michigan State. Last year, he knew he was going to the league. You know what he did? Took the whole season off. He sat there and basically he free-ranged whatever he wanted to do. Whatever it was to make himself look good, make his stats look good, and to make sure he didn't get hurt. All right? So how does that help the team? Michigan State had an awful season last year, and their defense was the poorest it's ever been under Mark D'Antonio. A lot of that falls on him.
Maybe the NFL shouldn't tell players that they're going that fucking early.
Well, no, but you knew he was going because he was so dominant his first couple seasons at Michigan State.
Well, then there should be some kind of stipulation saying you can come play in the NFL. You better finish out what the fuck you said you were going to finish out doing, though.
You can't. There's no way you can make that happen, though. You can't do that.
Okay, you know what? You're right. This is a great idea. I really like this fucking necklace.
I don't need you to patronize me and agree with me.
You know what? You're right. This necklace is great for the kids.
I think it's awesome. I think it's a really good thing.
And
I really want one. Dude, if I had one, I would show up here every single week rocking that thing.
You would, because you're fucking stupid.
I would. I'm a silly jabron like that.
Oh.
I would.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know. Whatever. It's cool. It is a cool necklace. I'll say that. I just don't it's when he come off and they put it around his fucking neck and it looked like he was wearing one of those big ass fucking boat ropes.
Yeah.
From a tugboat.
And his face was so ice cold, I'm the coolest dude in this stadium.
Yeah,
It was incredible.
He's the fucking coolest, all right.
It was incredible.
That's like in high school when everybody thought it was cool to wear a lot of rings on your fucking hands. But you just look like a fucking idiot the whole time. Whatever.
Speaking of looking like an idiot, how do you scratch your balls?
I don't scratch my balls.
I heard about
scratch them like a normal person, like a fucking cat scratches its ass.
I heard the way you itch yourself down there.
That's not itching. I don't do it because it itches. I don't have an itching problem. That's the thing. Everybody does this pinch and roll thing.
Yes, the pinch and roll. Everybody does the pinch and roll.
Because their nuts itch?
Yeah.
That's a problem. My nuts never itch.
Really?
Yeah.
My balls itch all the time.
That's a fucking problem. I don't know. Lorraine, if you're listening to this,
I'm walking around grabbing my balls all the time.
You need some powder or something.
I even powder them. They itch.
Oh my
That's what you got to do.
No.
So how do you go about this?
I don't even know how to explain it on the radio.
It's like a push button start on a car.
It's like a push pop. Remember push pops? The Flintstone push pops?
What's a push pop? Got the lollipop just can't top. Is it the push? Yeah!
Imagine the top of it going in and out of the top. This is kind of what I do. It's
this is your schwanz, right? You're pushing the schwanz in.
You can't even do
How do you do that? You should see the hand gesture he's making. He takes his thumb and he cups it with the other hand. Then he takes his thumb over the cupped finger and he pushes it down into his hand and then pops it back up.
Yeah.
Down, up, down, up.
Yeah, like that. Yeah.
How do you do that?
When it's got to be soft.
Well, obviously.
Yeah.
Obviously, you don't want to snap anything off.
No, you just hold it.
And I want you to be fucking hard.
I've been doing it forever. Like, since forever. And,
you don't do the pitch and roll? You don't do the like the tug and the shift? You don't do the lift the thigh so they sit there and they get unclung from
No, I mean, I do it like a
sides?
normal person. I go down there and, like, when I'm itching it, it looks like I'm fucking itching it. You know, I'm throwing a fucking itch into that bitch.
I hope the microphone picked that up.
I know, right? Yeah, it's like...
That's better.
Yeah, there you go. It's like that. Not...
Oh, dude, the pinch and roll. The pinch and roll is the best.
Have
you ever tried the pinch and roll?
Yeah, I have. I don't understand why Crane likes it so much.
Like, he's a huge fan of it. I mean, like, I use it
His wife
because...
fucking yells at him because he does it, like, in the grocery store.
Yeah, well...
Or, like, while he's talking to people.
His hands are always in his pants.
I know, right?
Can't help himself. I just don't understand how you push your dickhead in to itch your balls.
It's not for my balls.
It's for your dick?
Yeah.
Your dick itches all the time?
No, it never itches. It just feels good.
You just like to push your dick
Like, it feels good.
Oh,
This isn't to itch anything.
No, that makes it even weirder.
This isn't to itch anything.
Oh, my God. That's so weird.
No, this is not. This is nowhere near the itching.
Did you know that I was going to bring this up?
No.
No, you had no idea.
Oh, fucking no. Call it the tube push.
The tube push?
Yeah, the pinch and roll, and I do the tube push. Yeah.
Because it feels good.
Yeah, I don't know why else you put your hand. I don't think that. I think that Crane does it because it feels good, the pinch and roll. I don't think he's doing it because
the pinch and roll gets rid of the itch. You got like, I don't know, dude, my balls always itch. I don't know why. They just do. So,
yeah, that's a fucking problem.
Well,
should check it. Should check down there at nighttime with like a flashlight.
I've gone to the urologist. The urologist says everything is ship-shape down there, okay?
Urologist?
Yes. When you get older, you've got to start going to certain specialty doctors.
Oh.
Like, I'm a couple years older than you.
A couple? Why are you going to specialty doctors?
Because I've got, like, shit that's falling apart on me all the time.
Sweet Jesus.
I'm waiting for the one morning I wake up, and I had to go to the bathroom in the middle of the night, and then I get up and I go walking to go to the bathroom again, and my dick's laying there on the floor because it just fell off while I was using it. I'm waiting for that day to happen.
Yeah.
Oh, nice. God, come on, man. Like, really? Oh, there it is. Okay.
You've got to realize, as you get older, things start breaking down at a much more rapid pace.
Yeah.
It's no good.
Yeah, that sucks.
And then on Saturday, we were sitting there talking. I was trying to get you to come to the bar.
Yeah.
And you had this unfortunate. It's absolutely brutal because it's happened to me many of times.
Yeah.
And I need to know what you did to rectify it or how you went about it.
Yeah.
So you just got out of the shower.
Yeah.
And then you had to poop.
Yep.
So then you went and you took a shit.
Yep.
What'd you do after? Did you use the toilet paper and just clean yourself like it was no big deal? Or did you get back in to get that fresh and clean feel?
I got baby wipes in my bathroom at all times. So I just use them bitches
baby
a lot.
wipes?
Yeah, just baby wipe. I basically gave my ass a nice little washing.
There you go.
Yeah.
That's good. See, the baby wipes are important. And that's like the worst.
I think baby wipes are great.
Yes.
They got chamomile in them.
So it softens everything?
I don't know. It's like a soothing thing.
Yeah.
I used to call it chamoli. It's like spelled CHAM. It's like sounded eyes. That's what it sounds like. Chamoli.
Learning is hard.
So
huh?
I'm with my mom and I'm like, hey, did you get the baby wipes? And she's like, yeah, when I lived in my parents' house. And I was like, does it got the chamoli in it? My mom's like, fucking what? And I go, the chamoli. She goes, chamomile? And I'm like, yeah, fucking chamoli.
O-M-I-L-E.
Looks like chamoli.
Chamoli.
Learning is hard. Yeah. So.
Oh, it's incredible.
Yeah, I'm a special human.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
Yeah. So.
So you use the baby wipes. See, the baby wipes are important. I think they are underrated inside a man's bathroom.
Okay, so if you use them on a baby, why can't you use them on an adult?
For sure.
Like they even sell them right next to the toilet paper, and that's not in the baby section.
Right.
And now they got man wipes.
See, I use the Preparation H ones because they've got the.
Is that
they got the was it that witch hazel or whatever?
Is that the cooling effect?
Yeah.
For when you have an STD?
Not when you have an STD, but when you have a hemorrhoid. Yes.
Okay. So Preparation H, always itchy.
I'm telling you, dude, shit's falling apart down there.
I think you have something, sir.
Well, look, if I did, would either one of us be surprised?
No. And
Absolutely
if
not.
you did, you wouldn't be sitting here right now because you'd be dead. Lorraine would kill you. Yeah, she would take your penis and then kill you.
Dude, I was talking to my stepbrother this weekend, and he was like, "You were the worst influence on me." I was like, "What are you talking about? Don't go putting that shit up on me."
I'm so glad I met you at an older age because there was no more influencing to do on me by anybody. But if I would have met you at a younger age,
it'd have been lights out.
I think my future would have been different. It had to have been. Because I could only imagine you when you were younger, because I know exactly what I was like when I was younger.
I was a terror. I was an absolute nightmare.
I was a little fuck when I was younger. It was awful. All the friends that I have now, I was friends with back in the day. And then there was like a good 5 or 6 years where they were like, we're going to give Jay a chance to grow up. And we got back together and they're like, hey, he's close enough.
He's like, I'm still growing, guys. It's going to be okay.
Yeah. And
don't mind me while I push myself.
Yeah.
And then use baby wipes.
Baby wipes are the best. Yeah. What is it? Dollar Shave Club they're called man wipes.
Is it for your face or for your butt?
For your butt.
Really?
It's all about, and they put in like funny little jokes and shit. I got them in my fucking bathroom. Yeah, they're good. They work great. But I just go get the Charmin ones or whatever brand. Well, I don't know what baby brands are there for shit like that. Cotton.
Cottonelle?
Maybe. I don't know. But they sell them just right by the toilet paper.
Angel
Soft, stuff like that. Angel, the one with the bears. I don't know.
I think that might be.
It may be
Charmin. That's Charmin.
Charmin. Yeah. Okay.
I like how we're just going through toilet paper brands right now.
Yeah. You can tell I really
do a
pay
top
attention.
5 list. Name your top 5 toilet papers.
Yeah.
At the bottom of everybody's list is Scott's.
You can really tell I know what I'm looking at when I go there.
With tree bark.
Oh, yeah. I always get 2-ply.
Always.
1-ply. I don't know what this 1-ply shit is. You end up just using twice as much. So you make it into 2-ply.
And if you do have 1-ply, all you're doing is you're pulling it out, folding it over. Pulling it out, folding it over.
Now we're at 4-ply.
Yeah, right, because you don't want to go in there. Because look, the 2-ply of the single-ply, that's not going to work for you.
No.
You're going to rip through. And you know what's going to happen? It's going to end up on your hand. And do you want that?
That's never
You don't want
good.
that.
Because usually I'm playing on my phone. So then you got to touch your phone with poop hand. Poop hand. That's not good.
I hate when I have sloppy poops. It's the worst.
Yeah, I don't think anybody enjoy it.
Oh.
Actually, I bet you Crane enjoys a sloppy poop.
Probably. He's got the Crohn, so like when he's got to go, he's got
the Crohn.
He's got to go.
Oh, what an awful fucking disease, and I feel so bad for him with that. But I like how anytime we talk about it, we're like, yeah, Crane's got the Crohn's. But no, he's got it. I found out that he gives himself shots, and you used to give yourself shots for diabetes, right?
Yeah, when I was a kid.
And I don't think he likes that.
Well,
I'm sure it's a different kind of shot too.
I don't know if his is intramuscular. If it's intramuscular, those things hurt.
It throws in his fucking stomach or something.
Oh, okay, yeah. So it's probably just like
it's nasty.
Subcutaneous.
Yeah, but like, but he does that.
He
says he has to do it like once every couple months or once every month or something. And I give him props for doing it because apparently it's helping. But I don't know if I could stick myself like that. Yeah, that's probably that takes some balls.
Look, if you're having digestive issues and you're having stomach problems, go get checked. Crohn's is manageable. You can live with it. You can deal with it.
100%. Yeah, and you'll know if you have problems because when Crane was at his worst, dude, it put him out of commission.
Mm-hmm.
So, get checked because you don't want to live with that shit. It's fucking unnecessary to live with like that. But, so what were we talking about before
I totally want to talk about something right now, but I don't want to get somebody in trouble.
Yeah, let's not do that then. How about that? Who's involved? I'll tell you if we can talk about it or not. What?
An underwear model.
An underwear? Fucking story. I know what you're talking about. Yeah, so we're not going to say, okay.
You got a way we can work around that or no?
I don't know.
I don't know either.
I'm going to see Story this weekend for something.
No, I don't want to talk about any of that. I want to talk about something else from like few years ago.
What are you afraid?
In regards to Crohn's.
I don't even know what you're talking about now.
I don't know. Screw it. We'll just talk about it.
Okay.
So I like the longer we discuss it, it's just like, yeah, all right, why not?
Yeah, fuck it. You're going to piss off Nicole. She's already pissed off.
She's mad at you, not at me. So a few years ago, Stoy had a really attractive girlfriend, right?
Who, Ange?
She had Crohn's.
Ange had Crohn's?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Oh, yeah. So I would always sit there. And whenever I see him, did you ever try butt stuff with her?
Oh.
And that's no good. No good.
Yeah, that's probably not good.
Look, it's like that is.
No.
It's like she would have like a real bad time with. Like she'd be like laid up for like 2 or 3 days.
She was also like 45 pounds.
She was
so like
soaking wet.
There's no way that she'd even be able to handle something in her butt. I don't know. I only met her a couple times.
She was super nice. I mean, me and her would go back and forth. Like we'd always end up sitting there getting into it about just random stuff.
I think she ended up getting addicted to drugs. Didn't she?
I don't think so.
I think so.
Look at you just lobbing rumors out there.
I don't give a fuck. I don't know this bitch. I don't care. What the fuck is that? Are you friends with her on Facebook?
No, not on Facebook.
I don't fucking care.
I don't think I'm friends with her at all.
It's one of our boys' exes. You know what you do to boys' exes?
You just made the list.
Yeah, all of them make the fucking list. And if I want to talk shit about them on our podcast,
go ahead.
I will.
Look, this is your podcast. I'm just here to make you look good. That's all this is.
That's what I tell everybody.
That's all this is.
My number one chair. He just makes me sound good most of the time.
That's it. I just sit there. I set everything up on the tee for you, and I let you hit home runs.
That ball hit hard. Stretch. Austin Jackson back looks up. You can put it on the board. Yes! Back-to-back jacks. And it is 4-1. Mercy.
I think she was addicted to drugs, too. I
don't know. She was pretty hot, though.
I don't think so.
No?
No, I feel like I could take her up, like grab her ankle and like whip her around like the Hulk did with Loki in Avengers.
Yeah, probably. I mean, she was so tiny.
Yeah. She definitely wanted, what are they? You could like reference her as like a spinner? Like a fidget spinner.
Yeah, like straight up.
She's like a fidget spinner.
That's small. That's small.
Oh, yeah.
All right. We're just moving down ridiculousness here.
Stoy's going to love this one. And he's going to have to listen to the whole thing to get to right now. Is that everything? Is that all we wanted to talk about today?
I think that's all we had on the rundown.
I'm looking at the rundown. Big old chains.
Mm-hmm.
Weird things Jay does.
Yep, already talked about that.
Gift that keeps on giving, the balls. By the way, that wasn't a fucking gift. Yeah, I think that's it. Yeah, all right, cool.
Well, your doctor called me and asked me to avoid doing the What Grinds My Gear segment because they said your blood pressure's been at an all-time high lately. So we're gonna take a break. We're gonna take a break this week. Yeah. And maybe we'll revisit it next week or in a couple weeks. But once your blood pressure gets under control and your doctor gives me the all go,
I'm going to collect a bunch of things that piss me off over the next couple weeks, and we'll all go at it all at one time.
Don't keep it all bottled up. You got to let some of that out. But I don't want you to get sick. And like I said, your doctor called me and said, "Hey, you need to stay away for just a little bit with this." I said, "All right, no problem. I don't want him to die on
Jay's
on
angry.
air here."
Yeah.
So we're just gonna take a little break because I don't need you dying on me. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I don't want
I got love for you, bro.
Yeah, I don't want to die. It sounds awfully painful. I love myself way too goddamn much to want to die.
Mind you, you're too pretty to pay for it too. So.
Oh yes, too pretty to pay for affection. That's still my favorite line ever.
That's awesome.
All right, dude. That's
you want to get out of here?
I'm out. Done. Right. I don't want to do this anymore today.
We'll see you when we see you.
Peace.
Bada boom! Realest guys in the room.
He can sit there.
You hear that? You hear that? Oh man, damn it! That's my ringtone. That's the TARDIS. I didn't put my phone on silent like an asshole.
That's awful.
I love it. You know what the TARDIS is? It's a time machine.
Yeah, I know.
It's so good.
So he's 16. He messed me up now, and my train of thought's all gone. He's 16.
This was locker room talk.
Oh, where's that fucking thing I had on my phone? Yeah, this is what you do to your boys' exes.
Push up, push up, push pop. Got the lollipop, just can't top. Is it the push? Yeah!
Are you idiots still even here?